Welcome to another edition of Dizzarian Plays MMOs. Today I'm in Lord of the Rings Online and I'm on my level 34 Minstrel, and right where we left off, I'm here, if we look at the map, I'm up here in the northwest corner at the Everspire, and here with the Longbough, who we've been doing and helping the people in this area. We have one more that we need to get through before we can continue on with his quest, so let's talk to her. False wards.
Stay a moment.
Now then, as a warrior of some renown, I am all too accustomed to doing battle, and always I contend with and offer the threat of death. Against such mean foes as goblins and orcs, this threat itself is often sufficient to break their spirits and send them back into the darkness unless they are driven by powerful masters. But not so with Gardane. These are the Gardane are the wild people from Fornost who are invading the area. As Lifwin has reminded me, men such as they, who are still free of spirit and pride, often place greater value upon the unseen and the unfelt worlds than they do upon their own lives. The wards were the clue, and it is this that we shall play upon to keep the respective camps safely separated. You may have noticed a number of Garadane markers along the shore of the river just north of here. Those mark the current boundaries of the Garadane's territory, at least as they see it. But they do not in any way prevent them from crossing further into our stretches of forest that we shall now change. I have changed the wards you brought me, and added a few flourishes. If you add these to the boundary markers, they will no longer represent more territorial boundaries, but wards of doom to the Garandane. A warning that any who cross put their very spirits into absolute peril. The Garandane may not respect our swords and bows, but this they shall not lightly ignore. Awesome. So we're going to go and play some false wards. I'm just going to take a quick look here just to make sure we don't have... I don't think that marker is something, and these are others. Yeah, so it's really just this one. Actually, that one more marker, we've been doing that quest through several episodes where we are looking for this lost treasure kind of thing. So maybe I'll go down there whenever I'm finding these wards as well. So let's... It looks like one of these markers is just right over here. And so these, as she said, are the markers where they feel their territory is at. So you can see it right up here. It's next to this bear, this shambler. I should have jumped on my horse, but oh well. Let's see if I can get and change it without attracting attention from the bear. Indeed, I have placed a false ward. Now, do I need to go up along the ridge, or are they actually... Looks like it'll be over there. So actually I'm going to go across. Let's go ahead and jump. Well, my horse is going to get... I'm going to jump off my horse the minute I jump into this water anyway, so no need doing that. And let's see if it's up this hill. So, as I mentioned in the previous episode, I'm actually recording more of the events on these episodes. I'm not cutting out as much as I did. It seems like everybody really appreciates longer episodes with more information, more stuff shown. So I'm leaving more of that in. So there may be more drier areas. There may be drier periods of time when I'm doing this, because MMOs can be kind of a drag, which is the reason a lot of people don't like MMOs, and it's part of the reasons I've been cutting out a lot of things whenever I do my videos, but everybody seems to enjoy it whenever I actually show every bit of it, so we're doing more of that. Ah, there's a marker right over there. Hiya! Sound like a karate move. Hiya. Now, come on. Let me get up. Alright. Here we are. So we actually do have to get every single one. It's not just 5 of 20 or whatever. We have to get every single one, which means that one I messed up on when I started. I'm going to have to go back and redo. But luckily these guys aren't around to attack me. And we get to see a little bit of the scenery with the stream going down into the lake. Hey, I am facing the target. Man, looks like I got one more across the way here, but I don't see it. Ah, there it is. Just over the ridge a little bit. And there's just one more way over there. Let me fast forward to that area. And there it is. Just... It was up from that other one. I should have gone up from the bear. And now I got a shot. Alright, so the camp should be right down there, so let me run down. Alright. False wards.
How could I be of service?
Ah, well done, my friend. That should greatly reduce the threat of the Garandane for the time being. That line of wards will neither prevent their crossing indefinitely, nor will it stop some of their most insistent or brave hunters from intruding. But I will deal with those as I must. What it will do is prevent open war from erupting between the tribes and those of us here in the Eve Spires. And that is enough for now. You have my deepest gratitude, and though I have no more tasks for you, you may wish to speak to Lithwin and Longbough and see if either of them require your aid. Yes, that's the whole reason I was doing this. So, now we can see Longbough, the Ent, has something for us. Look at him stretch out. That's just awesome.
Home now. What business have you with the Ents?
The men dressed in wolfskins are of no concern anymore. So say the silky-haired ones. I believe them home. The trees of the mountains they are top no longer call to me. They have returned to slumber. The trees to the south, though home, scream out of agony. They call for help. Big men, giant men, nearly as tall as Longbough. Rip the trees from the ground. I can feel their agony. And so he wants us to aid 3 people down there. So it's going to be another group. Oh. No, it's going to be the same people that we're helping, but they're going to send us on quests probably down in this area. Fruits of the Forest.
May Govanen, might you spare a moment of your time?
I must beg your pardon, for we have forgotten to mention how we kept the giants convinced that the forest is haunted. It is easier than you might assume. I need you to collect some berries from the bushes that grow in the part of the forest. They are quite sweet, but I suggest that you not sample them, lest you find yourself led far astray by their effects. The taste may be flavorful, but they are more intoxicating than the stoutest of dwarf ales. Bring me several handfuls, and I will prepare a fine treat for the giants. They can be found south of the East Spire and in East Amon Moth. Or Muth. Probably Muth. The way it had that lot or whatever above it. Knocking heads.
Mind my words,
oh my gosh,
traveler.
that's a lot of words. There is a band of hill giants who have taken up residence in the western edge of the forest. Nasty brutes, they are taken to the smashing of the trees and chopping undergrowth in such fashion that it makes Longbough's knots itch just to consider it. Now, I must prefer battles of trickery to those of blade when dealing with the fellows thrice my height and 1/10 my wit. And so I suggest this plan to you. For some years now I have instilled a fear of wood spirits and sprites in the giants. Nay, they are none such, at least not hereabouts, but the giants do not know that. Flickering lights in the distant woods, the unexplained disappearance of the important things, strange and unearthly sounds, all sorts of things you might use to scare children and keep them from wandering into dangerous woods. The giants are a little wiser than children themselves, and much the same folly keeps them out of the forest, usually. The giants have been growing bolder again of late. Perhaps you could, raise the spirits once more? I happen to know that one of the giants that guards the outskirts of their encampment has cherished lucky stone he keeps near his person, a rock of no true value, I would wager. I see if you can snatch it away when the attention is elsewhere. There's a small rock cairn I left nearby to help provide means of distractions. Be sure to move quickly and stay unnoticed, or you will likely be stepped on. So they all want me to trick these giants. They've got all sorts of ways of keeping them at bay. Fool's
Mind
ground.
my words, traveler.
I fear things have gone awry and taken a rather dangerous turn. It seems that a stone giant of some actual cunning and intelligence has arisen in leadership among the giants of Amun-Ra, and I cannot ignore such an ominous portent. Giants are very powerful creatures and dangerous at the best of times, but they are fractious and chaotic, and it is quite rare for a strong leader to rise among them. The consequences of such are usually disastrous, for few forces can stand against an organized warband of giants. Even Erkill and Longbough would likely find themselves overmatched should it come to that. In this instance, I'm afraid, this newly arisen leader must not be allowed to strengthen his control over the giants, or they might easily overwhelm these forests. Alas, it is not with my power to defeat him, and Erchill and Lufwin must stand guard over the Ave spires. Might you defeat him for me? Alright, so the others want to trick him, and this guy says, well, there's a new leader that is coming up among the giants, and we have to defeat him. So we're going to go down into this area, just as I suspected. So let me loot all and jump on my steed of the Elder. And collect colorful berries, steal lucky stone from the giants Amun-Ra, and defeat the chieftain. So we're probably... Man, got lots of wild animals chasing me. We probably need to go straight to the chieftain, basically, and then head back with others, which is typically the way I do this with MMOs, is I go straight for the one objective and then gather all of the other objectives as I come back, or as I'm actually going to that main objective. It's usually just easier. But in this case, it might not be. It might just be a single thing up in here. Of course, I haven't seen any giants yet. Lots of bears and wolves and things hitting me. Aha. Well, nope, that's a wild hunter. He's not what I need. I'm in the wrong area. I was wanting to go up in here. So, I don't know. Well, here's a berry bush. I'll go ahead and collect it up while I have it. So the berry bushes are going to be all through here. Trying to avoid getting too many ads. Here's a bush. I knew I saw something flashing out of the corner of my eye. Luminous fireflies getting me though. He didn't want to die very fast, did he? And there's another one. So it looks like I will be collecting all these berry bushes if I can. And we're also going to do that one quest that I've been kind of putting off for a little bit now. It's just right here. We are down in this area. Look at that. I just love the views in this. And what is it, Evidem or whatever it is? Aha! Now looky here. This is interesting and not what I expected. There's got to be treasure under there. They look pretty tough. I don't think so. They look pretty tough. I don't think we can take them. So look, it's like two groups both wondering what to do. This is interesting.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
You're a friend of the Rangers? Happy tidings. Here we were thinking we lacked the numbers to tend to those Tomb Raiders packing. But with your help, you should be able to manage it. Let's get 'em, boys. Teach 'em to leave the relics of the past buried. So these are all Ranger friends. And these are Tomb Raiders. And you can see they are trying to go after that. We've been chasing after this for quite a while, like I said. I love it when they throw that chingling that went around, like it heal up. Jeez. Come on, guys. I thought we were in this together. What the heck? All of my guys ran off. That's not cool. Master Tomb Robber. Oh, okay. So those were... it wasn't my guys that ran off. It's finally them. That's weird. Anyway, whenever they make that chingling noise, it's called caltrops. And they're like little spikes that they throw onto the ground. And it's part of the lore. I used to, a long time ago, played a Lord of the Rings role-playing game. Like actual pen and paper role-playing game. And I can remember using caltrops in those campaigns. And it was always great. The stone marker is surrounded by signs of digging. If it once marked the location of the treasure, it has been surely found. The marker bears an inscription all but worn away by the passage of time. The inscription on the stone marker is barely legible, but these words can justly be made out. High atop Dol Hedron, beyond the glooming falls, wolfkin men will guard my last. The new riddle may reveal the true location. And that sounds like it is probably up in here, although I can't see it immediately with all my other markers. Anyway, we're going to jump back on our horse and continue on finding berries and tricking the giants. I don't know if many had ever played that Lord of the Rings role-playing game, but it was really fun. I've played a lot of pen and paper role-playing games over the years, and that one I seem to have some of the most memorable moments. I don't know if it was the atmosphere, or if it was actually the campaign, or maybe it was even like my dungeon master and all the friends I played with at the time. It was just a lot of fun. Pick up the berries. Just need 2 more of those. Like, the bushes themselves blend in, so you have to kind of look for that blinking. Otherwise, you won't see them. We had a marker light up. Aha. So it's showing us, it looks like where the last one may be. Or maybe it's showing us where something else is. Aha, there it is. Okay, so that's going to make do with all of those. Now we need to head up into this area. I think they may have like the giants may have some camps up in here. Look at this place. This is like the fireflies. See how it's got the little floating areas? I'm sure there's some reason for this area, but I don't know what it is. I know she mentioned capturing fireflies and stuff, but that seems to be something very specific there. And it's not related to this quest, so that's kind of odd. Aha, there's some stone bricks up here. This must be where we're heading. Aha, stone giant lobber. That does not look good. And we need to find the chieftain and beat him. Oh my. These guys are aggro. We are. That's not going to be good. Yeah, I don't like the look of this. Oh, man. Oh, that's Fool's Crown. Defeat the Stone Giant. And then Knocking Head, steal the Lucky Stone. Do I beat... Can I beat these guys? I'm a little worried. Like, what have I got myself into? That's the chieftain right there. And he has a giant snow bear. Of course. Okay. So we probably should take out the bear first. Ah, that's right. Just stun me. That's one way to kill me. Apply some healing. He's cool. Let's take a picture. Yes. All right. That kind of made me happy there. All right. That was cool. All right, so we still need to steal the stones, though. And maybe we can sneak in here and do that. So, yeah, I could beat those guys, obviously, if I could take out their chieftain. But I wouldn't want to take more than one. Almonmuth. And it's showing it goes like back up in here. Oh man. Oh crap. Did I get more than one of them? Hey, you can't hit me through a wall. That ain't right. Come on. All right. Man. What's this major injury on me? Well, it went away pretty fast. Okay, so let's try this again. We got to sneak up in here. Take his bear. Bears I'm not scared of. Take them out pretty quick. It's these big guys that are more challenging. So I need to look at my healing here. So this is 151 to 216. Oh crap. Whoa. They're not terribly bad. I mean, these are... It's that stun that's so terrible. So, this one is a quick heal. You know, I can easily top off. But this one is a slower heal, but it will usually fill me up. So that's the reason I have them in that order. I was just remembering for myself as much as anything. Steal a lucky stone. I wonder where I get this lucky stone. I haven't seen it yet. It keeps chucking stones at me. I'm okay. That's not doing a terrible amount of damage. Oh, I thought it updated my quest or something. That was weird. Where is this lucky stone? Wish I could zoom in on the map to get an exact location. Oh wait, it's right there. Looks like I might have to kill this guy. Hopefully I don't get both of them. Yeah, don't look over here, buddy. It's just me and your friend going at it. He can handle himself. Don't worry about it. That thunderclap. They clap their hands together and it sounds like thunder. Oh man, I don't want to fall off the cliff here. Oh, come on. Get me off of this stun. That's not right. Man, he was nasty. Alright, let's get that stone. Stole the lucky stone. Alright. Completed all 3 of those. Very nice. So now I'm going to run back to camp. Okay, so I made it back to camp. Let's talk to him. He had me actually kill the guy.
Megovanen.
That was well done. Please forgive me for asking such of you. Iralik, Urchel, and Luthien have striven for many years to avoid the conflict and strife of the world at large, but in these years it preserves ever closer, and I fear that they may find themselves called away to fight in yet another war. Urchel has already fought her share. I have seen it in her face as the dreams of the ages pass intrude upon her slumber and crease her beautiful brow with worry and care. I have seen the ancient fires alight in her eye when she seems that danger may be upon us yet again. I would have her see no more of those dreams if it lies within my power, and I thank you greatly for your aid. May the world show you kindness in your travels. Very nice. Little salutation there for doing what we did. Knocking heads. Hers was almost harder because we had to go further in. You have returned, and with the giant's keepsake, no less? Well done indeed. Now that you have proven yourself up to the task, I have a somewhat more complicated duty for you. Oh, man. Do you? Well,
Megovanen.
you're not showing it. I need to finish these up. Megavanen.
Hail, friend, and well met.
These seem fresh and vibrant and should do quite nicely. Allow me a few minutes to prepare a batch. Giants have a constitution to match their great size, and this is one of the few draughts that I can have any real effect on them. Just wait, and you shall see what I mean. Oops. Dang it. Click my little move forward button.
Sweet-eyed melon.
Sweet-eyed Malin. Yeah, gimme.
Megavanen.
All the preparations are ready. Now we drive them off for good.
Sweet-eyed melon.
These giants tend to gather each day for a large meal somewhere near the southern end of their encampment, where they have placed an enormous stew pot. Your goal is simplicity itself. Make your way quietly to the pot in their midst and slip this into their meal. Then escape before you are stepped on. If you can manage to stay nearby, you may find the events to follow amusing. All right. I hope that works.
How can I be of service?
I like those kind of tasks too as well. In the oh, I keep wanting to say the Shadow of War, but Shadow of Mordor, the action game that came out, and it's getting a sequel, Action of War or Shadow of War. You could always like go and like poison the pots and stuff to make them. That was like one way of distracting them and stuff. So it's part of the lore, and it's just really good and interesting. I love how they incorporate all this kind of stuff into these games. There's such deep amount of interesting things in the Tolkien lore that isn't done anywhere else, and so these games have made very good use of it. So always hats off to the writers and developers for putting that kind of stuff in. Especially here. I mean, I complain when I have to read a lot of dialogue, and a lot of people skip through all the dialogue, but you have to realize there's people who have spent a lot of time and energy to research and create these storylines within a universe that they didn't write, that they've had to study. So it's just like, I mean, that's just very hard to do. So I'm very impressed with the writers when they do that, especially in this game. It's always well done. We got to be getting close to the stew pot. I don't want to attract one if I don't have to. Oh, speaking of. And there's the stew pot. Now, how am I going to get in there without attracting attention? I don't have any sort of invisibility, right? I just don't. Alright, so I'm going to have to try to get in here without attracting them. And it looks like I might be able to. Oh my gosh, I was. I poured it in. Oh, get away, get away, get away. Alright, I'm going to watch. So they're going to get the giant stew pot. Wow, look at it. They're all coming. Head feels funny. What is that? Spiders! Ah! They are coming out of the forest. Thousands of them. Keep them away. So it's a hallucinogen. They cannot be killed. Keep them off of me. That's good stuff. That's awesome. Alright. Let's head back to back to them at Evanspire. Alright, Lufwin.
Hail, friend, and
They have long believed these woods to be haunted, and now I believe they will take this opportunity to leave them. And that completes that. So let's talk to Longbough and see what he says. With the big people gone, the branches cleared, I can finally see the forest floor and what is poisoning the roots of all of us. The Twisted Grove, once a place that called home, has become foul and corrupt. The trees there now live and move, but not as Ents or Hurons. They have been twisted into wood trolls, dangerous abominations of nature. I know not what caused this all to happen. What has driven the woods to be against me? So he's got another set of quests. We're gonna have to fight the trolls and such, but getting a little long on this episode, or longer than I like to be, but I enjoyed this episode. I hope you did too. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up and leave any comments that you may have. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd really like for you to be one of those. It'd help me out, and I really appreciate every single one of you who has subscribed. So, until next time, bye.